This video is gonna serve you a few different ways. If you're an absolute newbie to the space, either short-term rentals or business in general, and you're looking for mentors or leaders, people to follow, this video is gonna help you understand how to find people to teach you without getting duped by some of the professionals in the game. And if you're a leader and you wanna better connect with people who work for you, who follow you, this video will help you understand your relationship with more simple people, less talented people, and you can be a better leader too. I've wanted to do this video for such a long time, and I had a different name for it. I wanted to call this the Guru Ladder because I identify as an educator. And it was a very narrow segment of what I want to teach you. But I started reading this book, How Successful People Lead by John Maxwell, and it just hit me. I'm like, wow, this is so much more than an education thing, it's a leadership thing. And so in this video, I'm going to teach you how to identify where you may be on the academia ladder of your topic and how to find people better than you and how to lead the people below you most effectively so you can continue to grow an organization if you run one, or you can find the proper people to follow if you want to build one. My name's Sean Rakijic. I've built 4 multi-million-dollar businesses, and I'm currently not actively managing my 150 Airbnb properties because I automated that too. Let's jump in. Welcome back, YouTube world. This is such a fun video, guys. I've realized that my channel is not designed to be fun and entertaining. I'm not flashy. I'm not gonna go whip a car around. I'm not gonna do a lot of cuts. I'm here to teach you guys. And I like teaching you guys, and I like being a nerd. So if you like nerdy how-to content, you're in the right spot, right? This is not an entertaining channel. I'll probably make a dad joke, but that's about as much as you're gonna get. Again, this book is How Successful People Lead by John Maxwell. I'm gonna leave a link in the description so you can buy this if you want. It's actually a pretty quick read, it's really nice. I bought this at the airport coming back from Minnesota after Burning Man. I went up to Minnesota for 3 days. I'm gonna throw this away, put it over there, because if it's not a coffee, I don't wanna hold it while I'm talking. You guys know me like that. Let's quickly go over the 5 levels of leadership that this book talks about, or 4 of the 5. The first one is position. You're given a leadership position, you're given a title, people follow you because your title. It's almost paper-thin leadership. But at that point, if people start to like you or trust you, they're gonna give you their permission. Eventually, you can start getting results for the company. Like when you show up as a leader, things happen, results-driven is great, and then you start changing people's lives. Personal connection stories where people are like, he changed me, he made me a better person, she made me a better person, I want to follow her for the rest of my life. That's level 4. And that's the top normal level. There's a 5th level that the book talks about that only the most talented people get to, and you should read the book if you want to know more about it. But some anecdotes from this real quick. Haley is very solid on the permission type. People love her to death. But I think she's too heavy on wanting people to like her that she doesn't focus on results above that. Me, I'm so focused on results that people stop liking me. Haley actually doesn't like me most days of the week because she's had to get dragged through the mud by me and collide with me on philosophy. We just think leadership is different things. But what's cool about this is the book also says that you're not on the same level with everybody, right? There's gonna be some people who only follow you because of your position. There's gonna be people who follow you because of what you've done for them. And that's different people at the same time could hold you at a different level. Now, in the last 5 years, I've gotten really heavy onto the changing lives kind of thing. Mentorship is my thing. So I've had people who have had life problems. I write them a check, like a big check to solve a problem, or I buy them a car, I give them a place to stay. I had one guy who was going through hell in Philadelphia, and I gave him a hug. I gave him a big hug, and it was the one thing that just broke this man down. He's like, dude, I haven't had a hug in 3 years. And this guy's living hard on the streets kind of thing, always had to be macho, and just nobody ever gave him the space to be vulnerable. And that alone was enough to build this really deep relationship with this guy. How you meet people and lead them could look like all sorts of things. But we're gonna come back to leadership stuff more at the end because I want to talk to a lot of you who are looking for leadership. I think this video needs to serve the masses, and that's an important stop. But those of you who are in leadership, stick around because this kind of stuff is still educational for you because you need to understand people where they are. So for those of you looking for mentorship, the reason why I was gonna call this the Guru Ladder is because I realized something about myself. When making these videos, sometimes I don't have the skills to make something simple for you. I just did a video on business credit, and in the comments, people are like, dude, I'm lost. This guy lost me, right? When I'm trying to do fast math. And I screwed it up. But I've got the position to teach business credit because I'm getting hundreds of thousands of dollars of approval. A Cabbage, which is now owned by Amex, just gave me a 6-figure line of credit. So I have the foresight and position to teach credit. I just don't have the context to be an expert on it yet. And I tried to be an expert before my time. And Albert Einstein once said, if you cannot explain a topic simply enough that a child can understand it, then you don't understand the topic well enough. And this starts to bridge into the concept of what I wanted to call the Guru Ladder, which is in business credit, I know enough to teach people who are on the way, like level 4 people I can teach, because with leadership and with educators, if I'm 2 rungs above you, I can reach down and pull you up 1 rung below me. right? But I'm so far up on business credit that I'm not qualified to teach very, very basic business credit or concepts to people until I really truly become a guru. They say that a guru can meet anybody where they are, mentor them, teach them, make a connection with them, and change their life no matter who they are. And that's truly what a guru is. But there's a lot of smart people out there that are really trying to pose as gurus. And in your case, if you're new to something, there are so many qualified people to teach you. If you have 0 or 1 Airbnb properties, you can go to a free Facebook group like mine, the hosts of Airbnb Automated. And there's 50,000 plus people in that group, and thousands of them are qualified to teach you. You ask a question, it might be a big deal to you, but somebody with 3 listings goes, yeah, that's pretty simple, here's the answer. And they're glad to give you that answer for free. It's not a big deal. There are a lot of people charging for courses out there that have 10 or 15 properties, and they want $6,000 or $10,000 or $20,000 from you. Very matter of fact, in my Facebook group, I have students of mine who have 10 to 200 properties that'll give you all those same answers for free. The point is you don't have to buy a course, especially when you're at a very, very low level of education on a topic. And I actually think that one of the best measures for self-defense against course sales is to educate yourself on that topic enough that you can start to discern who's just being flashy and who really knows their stuff. But beyond that, not only who really knows their stuff, but who can teach you at your level your stuff. Even though I am way far ahead, more far ahead than most people on this planet when it comes to business ownership, revenue generation, and stuff like that, there are some topics I'm not qualified to teach, and I think business credit is an example. Even though I have hundreds of thousands of dollars of business credit, and Kabbage has given me a 6-figure line of credit, and that's an Amex product now. Amex bought Kabbage. And Kabbage used to have a host product where they would look at your Airbnb account and give you money. Now Kabbage doesn't do that anymore, but they gave me a line of credit for like 6 figures with like 8% annual interest, which is really nice for my business, LLC unsecured. So I'm still getting the debt. I'm still getting the stuff that people want. I just don't know if I'm the guru yet when it comes to business credit. And I have to be self-aware of that. And in a lot of topics when I've taught, I want to be smart. And I make a video for you guys to try to show off how smart I am. And I talk about big, deep topics. But if I can't talk about that topic and connect with you and teach you and give you something to walk away with, I failed as a leader and as an educator. So in a lot of cases, I'm going to do my best to teach you guys. And I need to come down to your level, like to 1, 2, 5 properties off of my ladder of 150 properties, enterprise level problems. I need to get back to the simple issues. And that's not always easy to do. So I want you not only to discern who is qualified to teach based on position and experience, but who's capable of meeting you where you are. And in most cases, 99% of the cases, there's not a reason to pay someone at your level. Your position is too simple. What'll happen eventually is you're gonna run into an issue. You're gonna have 12, 20, 25 doors, 100 doors, and you're gonna hit a real problem. A lot of times, people who end up joining my course, they wanna start hiring people by the hour for housekeeping and start to lower the housekeeping costs, which at 25 doors could save you thousands of dollars per month. Or they wanna start taking down big apartment deals where they can get 10, 15, 20 apartments at a time, and they want a script for that, they wanna negotiate it, they wanna cover their tail so it doesn't roll up and get them evicted. Or they like the idea of getting free rent from a landlord where they can like make $15, $20, $50,000 in the deal extra through free rents. These are the kinds of things that people come after me for. They're not basic, they're not wide, right? They're not like something for the masses where everybody wants this right now, right? So a lot of your questions about, how to form an LLC, how to write the description for your listing, how to pick your initial price points, how to do pricing management, and what to say to a guest in a specific situation. These are all things that you guys can just ask the world, and the world will give you answers. And so those of you who are leaders and want to be better leaders, if you're paying attention to this, you're gonna understand that what happens to us, the reason why we become leaders, the reason why we're here in the game pushing for accolades and position is we want to be recognized for how awesome we are. There's ego in the man, right? We have ego. I'm not gonna lie and say it doesn't affect me, where people disregard my experience and just think that I'm full of or something like that. That can hurt my feelings sometimes. I've worked my tail off to get to where I am. And as a way to prove my worth, I give away free content. That's my validation seeking behavior, is giving you guys free content just so I can say to the world, see, I do know what I'm talking about. It comes back around, right? So you guys need to recognize internally, why did you get to where you are? What motivates you to lead? And how that bias affects the way that you treat people. And you can have people in your organization that you really just don't connect with, and you like to lie to yourself that you do because you're a nice guy where you really aren't connecting with them. And you need to meet people where they are. And sometimes you're not capable of doing that. Sometimes you're not capable of getting down in the trenches and training someone like a new person who doesn't have any skills and meet them from scratch. And if you're not capable of getting down and creating results at the bottom level, you need to hire somebody between you and there. So like I said with Haley, she doesn't necessarily like me so much because I'm a heavy-handed results-driven leader, and she's this personality type-driven leader where people actually like her. I had to take a year away, basically retired a year ago, went on a big sabbatical, traveled a bunch, did a lot of soul searching, and I'm trying to be a more balanced leader so that way I can be likable while also achieving results. I'd like to get that done. But I think Haley was a necessary part of the organization to make sure that we had good employee retention and stuff like that. But we're missing results because Haley is stuck in level 2 of the book, and getting to the results section where she's willing to compromise relationship for results is something that she's going to grow into eventually. Or she's not, but I believe in her. I think she's going to get there. So with you, if you want to be a true guru, true leader, and meet anybody where they are, it's about them, it's not about you. And shedding the ego is going to be the biggest part of this game. Other books that I recommend, Multipliers is a really good book, and The Leadership Pipeline, which is one I always talk about. These are 2 really good books, along with the John C. Maxwell books are always great. So leaders, drop the ego, start practicing some humility, ask yourself how you can become better instead of just dropping it on your people all the time. Try to meet them where they are, build relationships at the bottom, give them results to change their lives. And those of you who are looking for leadership, self-educate to protect yourself, because most everybody on this planet selling a $10,000 or $20,000 course isn't qualified to lead. They probably can't teach you the way that you need. They're too full of piss and ego themselves. And the world can teach you one little piece at a time until you're big enough to have real problems that need real coaching. Thank you so much for watching this video. As always, guys, I'm out, and I'll see you on the other side.